white, then you cannot quote unquote say the things that black folks say. Had that been a black man said, we would have never hit it, whatever. You know, okay, whatever. It had brushed over. He got fired because he was white, and this is where reverse discrimination comes in. And that, as blacks, we don't ever want to deal with reverse discrimination. It happens in our city. It happens in our nation. We always have to deal with that reverse discrimination, and we don't want to put that out on the carpet as if that's not a problem. Oh, who cares? You know, he got fired because he was white, and that's reverse discrimination.
I think he would have put the holes in there to some nappy head. He wouldn't have got fired.
Or is the playing field level?
The playing field is getting level, okay? But what you have now is you have ex-jocks coming into the fray. They're not journalists. I like Michael Irvin, for example, okay? You show up and you do your job, all right?
Deion Sanders?
Deion Sanders. I just have a problem with guys who are not journalists coming in there, but they just say, hey, I want a job. Based on their, what they've said, good sound bites and stuff like that. It's, oh, he'd be good on TV. Oh, he's great.
She's good entertainment value. Sure.
Entertainment value.
Sure. Is the playing field leveling for black reporters? And forget about play-by-play. We can talk about that.
He's right about that. Howard Cosell coined the phrase, 30 years ago. He called it the jockocracy. Former athletes, black and white, are taking jobs from journalists in the world of sports. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Joe Namath will get a shot at being a TV commentator before somebody who's got skills. Now, mind you, Joe Namath could not do it. He didn't last but a season, but that was somebody's job. Troy Aikman can do it, but he also spent time working on it. But again, you can run down the list. Eric Dickinson, they're naming names right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're black or white. If you're a former athlete,
you got a shot.
You're going to get a shot.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who went to school and got a degree in journalism, you may be the most talented person, articulate, whatever it takes, knows your X and O's, have context within this. They'll say, you know what? The man in the management office say,
you're an intern.
You just, you don't have the same credibility as Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Well, you have to piggyback on that. That's certainly true. And as a working journalist, I mean, it's much more difficult for sports writers or regular sports journalists who did not play sports to get a radio gig. I mean, Chris Arnold was one of the few I before knew it to have a radio show in this market.
Right.
Michael Irvin came right, you got a show in this market. So the field is level for the black athletes to become. And it's really not commentators, they're analysts. I mean, there are different roles, and they're able to be analysts, just like the Bradshaws or whatever else. The problem is, where are the blacks who are what you call the setup guys, or the play-by-play guys, or regular hosts of TV shows? You don't have that.
It didn't float, it sank. So when Western Kentucky did what they did, it proved that all white won't work. So I just think it was just a guy talking.
Is that a racist proposition though? Is it racist to say you got the NBA, that is the National Black Basketball Association, let's have a white basketball association so we can see the true essence of the game again?
Let me speak up on this situation, on this subject. Well, here's the deal. If blacks can have an all-black whatever they want, my question is, why can't whites have it? What happens is when blacks get it and have their own black association, their own black whatever, we got a black this, we got a black that, we got black that. We get mad when the whites say, well, we're going to have an all-white, this, that, and the other. Okay? And we can't have it the same way. But what I'm saying is, right here, it may not. What I'm saying is, it may not, but let it do what it do and say what happens. I'm saying this right here. What happens to the day where we become equality? If we have an all-black everything, how come they can't have an all-white everything?
They can. They
can if they want to.
They can. They will.
First of all, I don't really know where you're coming from right here. There's no.
This is an opinionated panel. Everybody has their own opinion.
Opinionated, but there's no. First of all, if we ever created our own, it's because we were not allowed to go in there. We've never been exclusionary, okay? So there's no such thing as an all-black basketball association, okay? So that's not even a proposition that we won't even go at, okay? What he's doing is racist. It's clearly racist. It's based on race.
So when you create the NAACP, that's not racist.
The NAACP was created
so you don't invite
because of They helped start it. Do you know your history? They are members of the NAACP. They are, as many of them who are members of NAACP.
It's okay for blacks to break their own black.
So Clarence, you're activated by this proposition that there be an all-white league, okay? Anybody else?
Let me say one other thing about this on a different angle. If brothers don't learn their fundamentals in basketball, the Europeans and the Argentinians are going to take over anyway. Okay? You can slam all you want, but if you don't get your jump shot, if you don't pick and roll, if you don't have defense, you will. The NBA is now made up of at least 33% players from foreign countries, and they're not all black foreign countries. They're not just all European. Manu Ginobili is from Argentina. Okay, Yao Ming is from China. Dirk Nowitzki is from Germany. Tony Parker is from France. We can go all over the world, and there are basketball players with fundamentals that are taking kids' jobs who think just because they can play everything on the blacktop in a playground that they're automatically going to the NBA. No, not necessarily.
You don't need to go to somebody else. You want to hear from Chad, he's going to tell you. So, you know, obviously you need to know how to use it, but there's some people that use it to the best like Chad, and some guys that don't know how to use it.
Yeah, a couple more on this.
Go ahead. I think you've said there, I mean, it covered all the bases right there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It can be dangerous though, like they mentioned, if you don't know what you're doing.